Hey guys, Aoki here, and today we are going to be looking at some very interesting developments in the ongoing release of the newest League of Legends champion, Pyke. Now, to catch us up to speed, I have already done a video going over the very first details we heard about Pyke before we even knew that he was named Pyke, and you can find that video down in the description. I've also done a reaction video to the teaser trailer which released yesterday, and you can also find that down in the description. But for this video, I'm going to be going far more in depth and also going to be taking a look at a potential leak of the champion's abilities. Now, Riot has done something very peculiar for Pyke's release, and that was that they invited some big content creators such as Redmercy, Scara, just to name a few, to playtest the champion. Now, this is pretty standard as they've historically done it before. For instance, Aurelia Carries You, the challenger Aurelia One Trick, was invited to Riot headquarters to playtest and help with the development of the Aurelia rework. So it's not, totally unprecedented. It's happened before. However, I do think that Riot probably let some people that they shouldn't have come to Riot and playtest the champions, because there's been numerous leaks regarding Pyke dating as far back as 2 entire months ago. In fact, I first had the champion's name and where he was from leaked to me from a viewer on Twitch, which I will not be naming who the viewer that did it. There was another leak about Pyke on Reddit about 10 days ago. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at both leaks, comparing and contrasting the two, and really trying to get a solid idea of what this champion's abilities are going to be. So to protect the identity of the Twitch viewer that leaked it to me 2 months ago, I have transcribed our conversation from March 2018 and kept it here in a notepad document. So let's take a look at that leak, which I'll be calling the viewer leak for clarity's sake in this video. Now, the viewer leak went a little something like this. The viewer messaged me, "I know someone who closed beta tested it," of course referring to Pyke, among other things, to which I replied, "I really want to believe," and the leaker said, "You can believe me or not, but when the AD support from Bilgewater surfaces, you'll understand." So I said, "Hell yeah," and I told him that I believed him. The leaker said they had just about fully developed with the Aatrox rework, and that it's coming out after the Aatrox rework. So it looks like, according to the viewer leaker, that these two things have switched places on the schedule, and now Pyke will be coming out before the Aatrox rework. So the leaker continues, "Most people were building the support with assassin items," and then he said he thinks it'll be better with things like Sterex and Frozen Malice. So just kind of, trying to figure out a good build for it. At this point in the conversation, I was feeling, pretty ballsy, so I flat out asked him if he knew the name of the champion, and he straight up told me Pyke. Now, aside from a slight misspelling on the champion's name, this was dead accurate, which leads me to believe this leaker did in fact have insider information, and I have no real reason to doubt any of the other things that he said about Pyke. The support did end up being from Bilgewater and being named Pyke, so it's safe to believe that he is in fact also an AD support, which is really cool and opens up a lot of possibilities in terms of builds. So that was the first leak, and again, that conversation dates back to March of 2018, 2 entire months ago, so 2 months before we even heard the name Pyke. So we already see that whoever Riot invited to playtest Pyke maybe should have been screened a little more thoroughly, and I don't know if they just took, random Joe Schmo players that were in the area, or if this particular champ just got the shit leaked out of it by coincidence, but 10 days ago on April 30th, the following Reddit thread was posted. So again, this is another confirmed leak, as it once again knows the name of the champion 10 entire days before it's released and revealed. Note the correct spelling of the champion name this time. So this Reddit leak says that it is a support assassin. His ultimate is a KS execute, similar to Darius's ult, and each execute doubles the gold and splits it evenly between the teammates that got the assists. So that is going to be his ultimate, and I've grown more and more confident that this is true. It's a really interesting idea, and also answers the question of how in the hell an assassin is supposed to be is supposed to support a team. So there it is. He splits a shit ton of gold with everyone that helps assassinating his target. So now this next part is important, and we're going to come back to it. The Reddit leaker says that he can also stun enemies if timed correctly. Remember that. So let's take a look at popular YouTuber Redmercy's latest video, which is of course a reaction to the Pyke teaser trailer. So what you need to know before we go into this next part is that Redmercy has played this champion extensively. At 1:04 in the video, he states as much.
Now, I did play this champion obviously at Riot, but
he was one of the content creators invited to Riot to play Pyke, and Redmercy has been sitting on this information for likely several months. Now, I'm not one to throw stones, but Redmercy seems to have a bizarre case of amnesia because in this exact video, he claims to have conveniently forgotten over half of Pyke's abilities. Throughout the video, he then watches this vague teaser trailer and attempts to figure out what Pyke's kit is. Now, to me, this is an obvious facade, and I'm not sure if he's just doing it to milk it for views or because he's legally not allowed to come out and just tell everyone what Pyke's kit is, but it's incredibly important to remember that Redmercy knows exactly what Pyke's kit is since he's played him, so his guesses should be pretty much considered gospel rather than speculation. So at 137 in the video, Redmercy states that Pyke might have some sort of stealth ability where he goes underwater, and it's a pretty good guess because we see in the teaser trailer at this point Pyke submerged beneath the ground with some sort of like shark fin blade sticking out. So right there, I would say that's one of his abilities. Pyke submerges, kind of like Rek'Sai, and then can sort of pop out and surprise his enemies, sort of ambush them. At 2:11, Redmercy points to the net in the teaser trailer that sort of got this guy tangled against his will caught in the net. Redmercy says maybe Pyke has some sort of CC ability that traps his target. Now if we remember, that aligns with the Reddit leak, the second one that I showed you, that says if timed correctly he can stun his target. So I would say that his second ability is some sort of net that maybe he can cast it twice, and if he times it perfectly on the second cast, he can ensnare his target and stun them in the net. So that's two abilities down. Later in the video at 3:20, Redmercy draws focus to the list in Pyke's hand.
he has a list of people that he wants to kill. I don't know.
Red then compares it to Rengar's Bone-Tooth Necklace, where Pyke is granted some sort of stat bonus for crossing off an enemy champion from his list. Now this perfectly aligns with one of the first details we received about Pyke back in the champion roadmap on April 19th. Riot themselves teased us with the following sentence: "Keep your health high, your eyes to the sea, and pray you aren't on the list." So it's a very safe bet that Pyke's passive is similar to Rengar's, just like Redmercy said, and just like I speculated in my original video. So there you have it, guys, an absolute overview of every single piece of information we have received from Riot, from the Twitch viewer leaker, from the Reddit leaker, and from the playtester with a convenient case of amnesia. So what we are looking at when we take a look at the whole picture is an AD assassin support with an execution mechanic built into his ult. His ultimate doubles and splits gold with everyone that participates in the kill. Pyke likely has some sort of submerge ability similar to stealth. His passive is a list that grants bonuses for unique kills and takedowns, and he likely has the ability to cast and recast a net, which then stuns enemies. With all things considered, with all of the research laid before you, I would love to hear what you guys think about this champion if you think I'm on the money here. I put a lot of effort into this video, and I did it because I am obsessively excited for this champion, for Pyke. I've left links to all the videos that I've discussed in the video down in the description, and I cannot wait to play this champion. And for all things Pyke, including official ability reveal, PvE gameplay, and more, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Take it easy and peace.